These Pokemon parts suck. The first time playing through these parts, it really did a number on us. The second time, it also did a number on us. If you didn't use a guide, which you shouldn't have, then these parts are memorable, but not in a good way. Every time you replay the games, you see these parts coming up next and think, I'm gonna take a break, a long break, and I'm gonna sell my Game Boy too, while I'm on a break. Just a break. You just got your first badge, you're on top of the world, and are excited to progress with the game. Unfortunately, the next thing coming is the real game ender. Yes, it's the cave where dreams go to perish, Mount Moon. As soon as you enter, you just have this feeling that this journey isn't going to be as smooth as you thought. You're likely low on supplies, something along the lines of a couple of Pokeballs and no escape rope. Suddenly, you start to notice the dim lighting and deceptively confusing pathways. You take 2 steps and Pokemon's first jump scare, a Zubat appears. 2 steps later, another Zubat. And the cycle continues. At this point, you don't know what repels are. Nobody read item descriptions back in the day, so don't pretend like you knew what repels were. The frustration kicks in as this place has an encounter rate so high that it violated the Geneva Conventions, and they're all freaking Zubats. We were all expecting a glorious mountain shining bright from all of the magical moonstones that are said to be in here. But you weren't exploring a mountain, you were exploring a bat-infested purgatory. And the most important lesson learnt is that you don't catch Zubats. Zubats catch you. I tried to do a screamo over there, but it didn't really work out. Either way, Mount Moon made Zubat a meme and destroyed your sanity on the first floor. Even when you replay the game and know the layout of Mount Moon, it still feels like such a drag and I just can't find the will to push through. Definitely the perfect time for a break. The basement of confusion and suffering, the Team Rocket Game Corner hideout, or as I like to call it, how I learned to stop having fun and hate spinning floor panels. Seriously, navigating through this place is a living hell. There are just so many floors and locked doors. You find yourself revisiting places that you're not sure you've been to yet. Then walking into places you haven't been to when you thought you'd already been there. It just boggles the mind. The worst of all, the floor panels. You better not eat anything before you do this part because you're going to be spinning and spinning and not controlling where you're goddamn going, and more spinning. If you spin in the wrong direction, guess what you have to do? You gotta spin back. This security system is so elaborate that the enemy organization can't figure it out either. That's why some of them battle you before the puzzle. They're like, screw that, I'll wait right here and greet this kid with some more Zubats. No! And rats too. We just can't get away from these annoying Pokemon. I promise you, no Team Rocket grunt in history ever made it to work on time. Do they actually get paid? This puzzle puts you on autopilot. It goes a little something like this. And dare I mention, if you're playing the original games with their lightning fast panel spinning speed, I don't know what it is, but this puzzle really gaslights you into thinking you need to get all of the items, but honestly, you need about 6 lengthy spins on average to get each item. And the 90% items you'll never use. Of course, in Generation 1, you'll most likely run into this. It's not good game design, but it's definitely memorable game design. And in the end, that's what Gen 1 was all about. Bugs, chaos, and the kind of stupid fun that stuck with us for decades. You'll start questioning, do I really need the Silph Scope? Am I really having fun? Why am I doing this? Well, I have the answers, and they are no, no, and I don't know. Anyway, getting here shouldn't even be possible. We walked through a casino as a lone 10-year-old, beat up some criminal, and walked into some criminal boss basement. Something tells me that this should be left to literally anyone else? Rock Tunnel, where fun goes to die in the dark. So you think you're ready for this after getting your 3rd badge, but you don't know the half of it. Rock Tunnel is the worst because you just don't expect it to be a challenge, but it's a kind of sneaky challenge. The weirdest part about it is you just don't realize how tough it is. You step in and there's no warning, no light, just darkness. You walk around, bump into some walls, and feel like you're in a text-based horror game. Okay, technically you should use flash to light up the cave, but then that will be the 2nd HM that you probably don't want to waste a move slot on. Unfortunately, there's no flashlight item because they haven't been invented yet in the Pokemon world. This cave is like a parasite. It slowly drains you and sucks you dry without you knowing. Every single time, you'll be wandering around, battling hikers, and then walking in circles without knowing and end up at the same hiker, unsure of whether or not you've battled him yet. It's really a test of endurance. There are also tons of trainers and you'll be in battle after battle after battle against the worst Pokemon ever. Machops that deal hefty damage, exploding Gravelers and Geodudes, Slowpokes which stall the damn fight, junior trainers who apparently decided that this was the place to hang out for fun. When I was younger, I thought parks were good, but whatever. And you guessed it, Zubats. You guys miss them? Because I did. Actually, they never left. I know they're bats and all, but do they really need to be in every cave? You'll think it's annoying, but not too difficult. When you're halfway through, you start desperately trying to convince yourself that you're near the end, and that there's no point going back to the entrance to heal up. So you push forward. At this point, I always try to power through and put my starter in front and just start hammering away. 5 minutes later, we've encountered a problem. I chose Charmander, so everything's a bad matchup. And all of my Pokemon magically ran out of PP. You're probably scratching around for some ethers or elixirs, but hell no are you going back. You're way too deep. Then you get to the final floor, there's a whole queue of trainers waiting to show off their Pokemon perfectly designed for wasting your PP. Somewhere in the middle of this queue, you black out and end up outside of the cave. On the wrong side of the cave. How did that happen? But of course, there are still more trainers waiting for you outside. Fantastic. If you lose all your Pokemon at this point, you'll be sent to the entrance of the cave. So, I pray nothing happens to all of you out there, unless you don't like this video. Then you deserve to be sent back to the entrance. We've all played through this cave countless times, but for the life of me, I still can't stomach it. The least annoying way to do it is still annoying enough to make me turn off the console and resume at a later date. A later unspecified date, so never. If you're not mentally destroyed after this cave, respect to you. I played it on 2x speed and was still mentally destroyed. That covers 3 of the most annoying places in Generation 1, which I'm pretty sure quite a few of you dread playing through. Comment which place really took it out of you and made you take one of those breaks. Thank you for watching everyone, hope you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know what you'd like to see next time, and I'll see you in the next one.